This video is brought to you by EvoClub Car Wash. Our motto is service and solutions. You can bring your car to us for deep cleaning, shining, full-on restoration, or just a regular wash. Whatever it is you need help sorting out on your car, we are more than happy to assist. To get in touch with us, drop us a line on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp us on the number on your screen now.
Okay guys, so a lot of people always ask me, hey Connor, what is a good first Continental car to buy? What is a good first BMW to buy? Well, here I am in a BMW F30 3 Series, and I would say if you are making a first time entry into the world of Continental car ownership or BMW ownership, the F30 is as safe as an entry point as you can get. The F30 was launched in 2012. Okay, so the oldest example in the market is now already 11 years old, but there are plenty of fresher examples, and there are plenty of selections in the market. Prices are now rather affordable, starting from 60 over thousand ringgit. There are still some that are above 100,000. So you are not short of choices, and there are plenty of engine variants to choose from. The question is which one to pick. Now, the F30 was the very first modern BMW to have been launched with an entire line of turbocharged engines. The F10 5 Series before that hit the market with a lineup of naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engines before BMW substituted in the N20 2-liter turbos. But here in the F30, the N20 2-liter turbo was in action right from day one. The launch lineup in Malaysia, I still recall, kicked off with the 320D, the 328i, which is a 2-liter turbo with 245 horsepower, and the 335i, which is the 3-liter N55 engine with 306 horsepower. Later on, they added the 320i, which is also the N20 engine with 184 horsepower, and after that, they also added the 316i, which had the 1.6-liter Prince engine rated at 138 horsepower. Now, then came the facelift in 2015. BMW actually made very subtle cosmetic changes to the F30's appearance with the facelift, but technically under the skin, they totally overhauled the car. The rear suspension was upgraded, the engine lineup was totally changed. They dropped the N20 engine, they dropped the N47 diesel engine, they dropped the Prince engine, and in came the new B series engine family. The lineup in Malaysia started off with the 318i, which has the 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine. The 320D had the B47 turbo diesel engine, and of course the 320i, 330i had the B48 2-liter turbo petrol engine. Now, the 320D, 320i, and 330i lived very short lifespan in Malaysia. Why? Because later on, BMW decided to introduce the 330e plug-in hybrid at a very attractive price. And what they did after that was that they phased out all the regular engine models except the 318i. So for the longest time, during the facelifted time period, the F30 was sold only as the 318 and the 330e. Now, the 318 was a nice engine, but it's a bit underpowered for the car. The 330e is a bit like buying the lottery. You have owners who have had zero problems with their car, they love their cars, and you have owners like Tana, whose car just sunk in the workshop for over a year because of various electronic issues and whatnot. You see, the problem with plug-in hybrids in general, this is not limited to the 330e, is that the combustion engine and electric motor are two fundamentally incompatible parts. So getting them to work together in harmony, in cohesion, not entirely easy. So when shopping for the LCI F30s, the 320i, 320d, 330is usually command a higher value because of their scarcity and also their relatively higher performance compared to the 318i, and also because that, you know, the cars are generally less problematic. Now, if you're shopping on the budget, then what you're left with really are the pre-facelift models, because these guys are now in the sub 100k price bracket. Even a 328, you can get a 328 for I think about 90 over 1,000 quite easily. Now, the most popular variant of the F30, if you're talking about the pre-facelift model, is actually the 320i. And I remember when I reviewed the 320i in its pre-facelift, guys, I concluded that it was, in terms of driving experience, the best balance of the F30 range. You see, the thing is this: the 316 is underpowered and also very, very kosong, very bare. The 320d, it's nice. The diesel engine, BMW makes fantastic diesel engines, but the diesel engine by nature is nose heavy, so it's not quite as chuckable as the petrol model. The 328 is the more desirable, but at that time when it was so brand new, there was a price gap against the 320i. And also, chances are a 328 that you find in the market has a greater likelihood of being modded, being more severely abused, that kind of thing. So a 320i is easier to get one in, I would say, bone stock condition and not as hard worn compared to the 328i. And in any case, the 320i at that time, all right, 184 horsepower to 70 newton meters of torque, it wasn't a slow car by any stretch of the imagination. And right now, in an open stretch of road, I am also still able to get it up to speed with relatively little effort. Now, of course, over the years, I've come to experience more impressive cars, more powerful cars, but the 320i's usability as a day-to-day cruiser remains entirely convincing. So this particular example that I'm driving here, the engine still has plenty of go, even with 3,000-4,000 revs, and aided by the fantastic ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. Progress is smooth, it's effortless. Now, the one thing about the F30 is that it gets a lot of flack from enthusiasts by saying that it's too soft. BMW has lost its magic with the 3 Series. And yeah, granted, if you come from the E90 into this, you suddenly find that, hey, this is a more wallowy car. There is more body roll, there is more rocking about. The tightness, the agility that defined the E90's driving experience, not quite present here in the F30. But BMW at that time, I believe, made a conscious decision to soften the F30 to broaden its appeal as a daily driver. Because let's put it this way, the F30 is still a fantastic handling car. You drive this back to back against a W205 C-Class. This outhandles the C-Class fairly easily. It's just that when you sit inside the cabin of the F30 versus the W205 C-Class, yeah, the C-Class cabin wins hands down. But in terms of driving experience, the F30 is still much more rewarding to drive in comparison with the C-Class. It's just that against the E90 that came before it, F90 feels soft in comparison. But make no mistake, the F30 is still a dynamically capable car with that trademark rear-wheel drive BMW handling. So yes, the E90 may be the more dynamically engaging car. The G20 that comes after also, well, because of all that criticism that BMW received with making the F30 too soft, they made the G20 now harsher again, to the point where in our experience with the G20 pre-facelift, the 330i is too harsh for day-to-day use. So if you were to compare E90, F30, G20, the F30's driving dynamics really is the best balanced for day-to-day driving. Now if you're thinking of buying one, the question now becomes which variant to go for. And the simple answer is, if you can afford it, the one to get is the LCI 330i or even the 320i. If you like diesels, fantastic. Whether it is the pre-LCI or the post-LCI, the 320d gives you an unbeatable combination of performance as well as fuel efficiency. Now, if you're looking at the pre-facelift models, the one that I feel dynamically more satisfying really is the 320i with a standard suspension. And the thing is that, right, if you find that the engine is too lethargic for you, you can always send it to Mike Yap. He will tune it up from 180 to about 220 to 240 horsepower. So you can send it to Tana, he can get it done for you as well. And 320s, because there's an abundance of them in the market, you can take your time, shop, choose, and bargain hard to get yourselves a good deal. Okay guys, so this is the F30 in what I would consider my favorite configuration. This bright red color, pre-facelift. Yes, I like the pre-facelift look more than the facelift car, even though the facelifted car has much more improvements compared to the pre-facelift model. This sport line trim also is really my favorite configuration. I'm not so much of a fan of the M Sport look. This more understated sport line trim really is more to my taste. Not a fan of these wheels though. There's the other one, the other 17-inch rims that came with the 316i. I have a better liking for that. This one, not so much of a fan of it. But later on, BMW did release the 320i with the nicer looking 18-inch wheels. But those wheels are also plenty available in the market. And in any case, wheel design is a subjective taste, and it's one of the easiest things you can change in a car. Alright, so styling wise, honestly, the F30 really has aged well. Even right now, it is a very handsome looking car. Even you park this next to the G20, the F30 hardly looks out of date. Okay, so let's go and take a closer look to this car. So this particular example that you see here is a 2014 car, and at that time, honestly, the F30 in terms of equipment, not so well spec'd. I remember even the 328i did not have keyless entry. Yeah, but what you do have xenon lights. Then again, you have to bear in mind that something I learned from my friends in CSB Pro is that over the years, xenon lights, they age, they degrade. So if you buy one of these, you may want to consider sending your car to CSB Pro to upgrade the lights to new generation LEDs. No keyless entry, which at that time, even when I tested this as a brand new car at that time, was a bit of a bummer. But now this can be fixed, right? You can go to shops like Eurotuner and you can retrofit keyless entry into these cars. You see, the thing is this, with keyless entry, right, actually all the modules, all the wiring is already inside the car one. You just need to change the door handle, you get somebody to code, activate the modules and thing in there, it functions. So you see, this is where the reality of manufacturing comes in, because in other markets, right, cars like the F30, like BMWs, Mercedes and all that, they are highly personalizable, they are highly customizable. No two cars presumably are spec the same, because the customer is presented with a long list of spec sheets and you tick, 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 tick. Okay, so different customers, they have different ticks. And what happens at factory level to cater for all these variations is very costly. And what the manufacturer does is that they will pre-install all the systems, all right, or at least all the wiring for the systems in there. And what they do is that, let's say for example, keyless entry, they will just not put the keyless entry door handle. So you just change the keyless entry door handle, you get somebody to code the module, it works. Same thing, reverse camera. Don't be surprised that the wiring for reverse camera is already inside here. You just need to put a camera in there and you tap into the wiring, get somebody to code, and it runs into your iDrive. So let's come back and continue with our walk around. So let's check on boot space. The boot is quite decently sized. So under here, there is no spare tire, but you've got these hidden compartments as well. But still, BMW did make this spare tire well, because although in most markets they will choose not to give you a spare tire and run flats instead, there are some markets, some third world markets, that still require an old school spare tire. So hence, the spare tire well is still there. Okay, so here there's this compartment here with the first aid kit. So another hidden compartment here with the netting. Right, so you see, even here, this door handle, right, there's a slot here that is meant for the reverse camera. So presumably you can remove this and you can get an original F30 door boot opener with the reverse camera and pasang in this, right? And now, so the F30 3 Series, the non-M Sport ones, they had luxury line, they had sport line, they had modern line as well. So the luxury line cars, this trim piece here is silver, it's chrome. Here, the sport line version, this is black. So inside here, now back then the F30 is a relatively tight space if you compare this with the new G20. But let me just sit in. So I'm 170 centimeters tall. Actually, headroom is not bad. The lean here is good, and legroom actually is okay. It's more spacious here at the back than I remember. Okay, of course this center tunnel here is quite high. You've got a 12-volt socket here, rear aircon blowers, and let me just show you. Here you've got seat cup holders. So yeah, this interior is all black with some red highlights because it's a sport line trim. Rear accommodation is better than I remembered. So we get inside the interior. Now I remember when I tested this car, I was particularly annoyed that it had a start-stop button, but not keyless entry. I remember I was properly annoyed by that. And yeah, so the 320i, okay, you get a 320i, you have to get used to a few things. One, this iDrive screen is small, but once again, now there are plenty of aftermarket solutions where you can replace this with a bigger screen. You can go the Android route, or if you can go to some suppliers, they can actually fit the original BMW iDrive screen in here, the enlarged one, and get it to work. I know of a friend who even did it on a DIY basis. So all these, all right, can be enhanced. Okay, so yeah, you got dual zone climate control. Well, here is the so you got cigarette lighter here. Okay, cup holders. Now I remember this one has a lid. So what you have here is that there's this tray here. You can drop this in, okay, and you can make this a tray, or you can take this out and you simpan inside the glove box. Okay, there's a netting here. Just drop this inside. I'm not that big a fan of this red strip, but this to me is not a deal breaker. If you really don't like it, okay, you can always pull this out and get somebody to repaint it to the color of your choice. Now the F30 is also the last 3 Series with a manual handbrake. And here, well, you've got a USB port with an aux-in cable there, aux-in jack there.
All right, so in terms of utility space, not that much. And also, now the one thing about the F30 is that this cabin, if this is a highly abused example, you will know it, because you have the usual. Okay, this car doesn't suffer from that problem, but this handle here usually melts. Okay, I've seen a few F30s before. I've sat in a fair share of F30s over the years, and my god, if those cars were not taken care of by their owners, you can see it, because the plastics they use here in the F30, they don't really take hard wearing well. But here's the thing, guys, brittle and melting plastics are not a reliability problem. A lot of people, when they buy used cars, right, they lump all these things into big problems. But you see, the one thing is this: your melting door handle is an annoyance, it's an inconvenience, but you can replace it, and it does not put you on a flatbed, on a tow truck. So if it is a used car that you like well enough, then it don't let that kind of thing be a deal breaker for you. Okay, yeah. So the F30, the interior cabin, the design, in terms of design, atmosphere, quality of materials. Compare this with whether it is the W204 or the W205 C class. Struggles to impress, really struggles to impress. It does not feel, the quality in this cabin really does not feel special for a 200 over 1,000 ringgit car. But now, because these things are now available for what, 70, 80,000 ringgit, hey, that changes the conversation completely. That changes the conversation completely. And it's not to say that it is badly built. It's just that some of the materials, they struggle to convey that sense of expensiveness that you would have expected when you bought this car brand new at 200 over 1,000 ringgit. Okay guys, so here you have it, a quick video to recap the BMW F30 3 Series. Now, if you are in the market for your very first European car, your very first experience with the BMW brand, the F30 is as good an entry point as any. Or if you just like the F30 in general, it's still a fantastic car to buy and own. What about reliability concerns, you may ask? See, here's the thing. There are plenty of F30s on the road. There are plenty of workshops that are competent and able to handle the F30s. And because BMW sold so much of these, parts are available in abundance. So you won't have to worry about scenarios whereby your car, muscle workshop, have to stuck there 2 weeks or 2 months waiting for parts to ship in from Europe. Whatever all the fast-moving wear and tear parts, there will be plenty of stockists carrying more than enough quantities for you to ensure that your car can be speedily repaired or serviced without too much downtime. So the F30 definitely worth going for if you guys are considering it. The best buy really is very variant dependent. So the variants that I would recommend that you guys look at would be either the LCI 330i, 320i or the 320D. Or if you're looking at the pre-LCI, go for the 320D or the 320i. If you can find a 335i, that would be fantastic. Those things will hold their value. But best value for money right now is a pre-facelift 320i in the 70,000-80,000 ringgit price bracket. You get plenty of car for the money. You set aside maybe 4 to 5K to enhance the keyless entry iDrive and all that, and you have a car with the technology that will measure up with most modern premium cars as well. The vehicle featured in this video is currently on sale at Fat Car Sendirian Berhad in Kajang at a listed price of 75,800 ringgit before processing fees and on-road costs. The car has an indicated mileage of 113,000 kilometers, which is supported by its service records, the last of which happened in December 2021
at 108,000 kilometers. More than a year now, but the car has done only 5,000 kilometers since that time. My assessment of this car is that it feels mechanically solid. Its interior has held up much better than many other F30s of similar age, although a full deep clean is still highly recommended. So contact the number on your screen now to arrange a viewing or test drive of the car, or check out the link in the description section below. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Share with me your thoughts in the comment section as well. Do subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so, and also check out the channels of my other Horizon team members as well, Bobby, Tana, Thomas, the rest of them. We are live every Monday on Facebook, YouTube to answer your car buying questions. So if you have any car buying dilemma, go to Horizon Facebook or my YouTube channel, Bobby YouTube's channel, Tana YouTube channel, or Thomas's YouTube channel. One of us, we broadcast live to answer your questions. You can submit your questions in the comment section and we will get back to you just live every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Of course, if you guys need your cars detailed, do send them over to us at EvoClub Car Wash. We have a variety of car cleaning, detailing solutions to help you to solve whatever issues that you may have with your cars. Okay, so that's it for today. Until my next video, take care, guys, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Okay guys, Puasa month is around the corner, and that means the time is near for our cars to be refreshed ahead of Hari Raya. So let me share with you some special deals that we have put together for you guys here at EvoClub Car Wash. And listen closely, because with our Muhibah combo packages, you can save up to 4,800 ringgit whilst getting your cars cleaned, shined, and protected ahead of your Balik Kampung trip. So now our EvoClub Car Wash team has always put emphasis on good interior cleaning. So starting with our Muhibah Combo A, we are giving you our Enduro Stage 1 Deep Interior Cleaning Package at just 488 ringgit for all vehicle sizes. If you need a bit more work done on your exterior, why not upgrade to Combo B? Because for 888 ringgit, you are getting our Enduro Stage 2 package, which adds engine wash and a full exterior polish. And on top of that, we are also adding you a treatment of Sonex Extreme Detailer ceramic coating at no extra charge, but guaranteed to give your car that extra shine. Now, if you are looking for a bit more protection, we have Combo C, which gives you our Enduro Stage 2 package in combination with Sonex CC1 hybrid coating treatment at just 2,888 ringgit. And finally, we have Combo D, which gives you our top-of-the-line Sonex CC Evo ceramic coating treatment together with our Enduro Stage 3 package at 4,888 ringgit. Now guys, remember, this offer lasts only until the end of Puasa month or when our booking slots fill up, whichever comes first. So quickly now, drop us a message or contact the number on your screens to book your slots now. And as an added incentive, if you sign up before the start of Puasa month, we will belanja you one free morning drive wash after you come back from Hari Raya. So looking forward to hear from you guys soon.